Some stuff is bugging me. I'd like to get it off of me chest. I took a screenshot many days ago. This is some state politician somewhere died because he didn't get the vaccine. I made a video a few months back. I forget when exactly. I said that those unvaccinated people are tempting death. It's the truth. It's the difference between using birth control. Yeah, if you're from some culture that wants you to have kids, have like 14 kids, then fine. It's a bad example. But it's a good example for most places. Don't use birth control, you're probably going to get pregnant. Or your girlfriend's going to get pregnant. It's the same thing with COVID. These paid fake cointelpro actors are saying that Julian Assange got a stroke from being vaccinated. I would like to see their true identities revealed. It happened to Hal Turner. The information was revealed that he was in contact with the FBI. He was cointelpro. These people are cointelpro. Niko House went on to Hell and Back, the show that was started after I pointed out that they're all drug addicts. So Niko House is the latest idiot to go on, the latest cointelpro actor to go on with Jardula. They all have murky pasts. Some of them, like Fiorella, it's known that she's a failed actress. So take a good look at these people. You will see their faces tweaking out. They must drink, pop pills. Who knows? Some of them, it sounds like they got into heroin. They keep talking up kratom. This guy, Jimmy Jean, that's a fake name. I know him through Poinkin'. Jimmy Jean's real name is Peter Richard Mormon. He's from the Dallas area. He posted as a donkeytale. As long as I was on the internet, I saw him. I saw things he wrote in 2004 at Daily Cost. And there he is. From anti-conspiracy, he used to call people conspira-tainment, that word. He loved that word. And now he's working with something called Aftermath FM, and he's peddling conspiracy junk. Freaking one of the, on that channel, that station, or whatever it is, it's a guy, I think David Knight from Infowars. So that's what Poinkin' is. Jason Burmass, cointelpro. They're all cointelpro, but the internet's rigged, so there's no way to get that information out. I had a scoop on Brett Kimberlin, and 2 years later, Breitbart stole my scoop. That's a true story. So that's basically about all I wanted to add in. There's a little bit more that I truly do want to add in. I want to talk about Layne Staley. Is that his last name? Layne Staley? I always get his name confused. I know the first name is Lane. I finally got that correct. And the last name, I'm always thinking Stacy, but I think it's Staley. It's an original name I've rarely seen throughout life. If I've ever seen it before anywhere else, not him, related. Nah, I don't want to talk about Joe Manchin or how hot I think a.o.c. is still looking. I want to talk about Alec Baldwin, Pete Davidson, Elon Musk, any of that garbage crap. The internet's rigged. It's turning out that everything's bought. I saw a video by some unknown name. I like to find the channels that hardly anyone's watching, because then I know they're probably not fake. The guy's pointing out how easy it is to buy subscribers. You can buy view counts. That's pretty much what's going on. Everything is rigged and fake. This guy, I forget the channel, whatever. I'm not going to promote other channels there. I mean, I would if it ever happens, but... So anyway, the guy's saying like all these famous singers are fake. They were planted, and I agree with him. You look at some of these people and you're like, well, they didn't even write that song, or they can't even sing in tune. What's actually going on here? Why are they rich and famous? What am I missing here? So kudos to that unknown channel for his greatness, pointing out how everything is rigged and fake. He didn't say it's rigged and fake. That's a phrase that I've loved to use. You know what phrase I also had? I used to call myself Putin's buddy. That I was buddies with Putin before I got deleted by Twitter. And now that Misty Winston, a fake name by the way. You know Winston? That's the name from Orwell's book. Misty, that's a fake name. So she's basically, if I had to guess, her name is something like Mindy Freels. And that she's related to that Sarah Freels who harassed Nina Turner. I can link up all these effers. They linked them up themselves. they're so arrogant because they know that the internet's rigged and that there's no way for someone like myself to get this information circulated. I couldn't even do it with a big, huge story in Brett Kimberlin. So how am I going to ever get any respect on anything else I ever come up with? That's the story of my internet life. So now we can get to what I really wanted to discuss. Layne Staley from Alice in Chains. That guy was clearly having Asperger's, as was John Lennon. I can look at them. It takes one to know one. I now know what an Aspie tends to look like. I'm talking about these famous musicians. You look at them, someone who has Asperger's, who knows about Asperger's. I'm not saying someone has to have Asperger's to be involved in this discussion. It might help. Cornell had Asperger's. What I'm noticing is that a lot of people with Asperger's, for guys, we tend to have smaller mounts in our bodies. We're more like frillish or skeletonish, or what's the word? It's hard to explain. I'm not saying we're geeky, but there's something in which we tend to have the same sort of aura of nervousness combined. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I see like that kind of a skinnier frame and the smaller mouth. And plus, then you throw in the psychology of the Aspie, how we're looking into the meaning of life, or extra sensitive, we tend to be creative, all that stuff, all the good stuff and the bad stuff. So I see it, there are pros and cons to it. So I think Layne Staley, so what I see with that guy is a similarity to what happened to Syd Barrett from Pink Floyd. I see how both of those guys were sort of left to die by their bandmates. Pretty much, Jerry Cantrell can use the excuse that, well, we were all sort of in that crowd, so if you're in the crowd, you can't really get someone out of the crowd, out of the drug crowd. But I think Jerry Cantrell is full of it, and I think there's something suspicious about half of a band dying from drugs. Because I saw the bassist, a guy called Mike Starr, also died. Now, the thing about Layne Staley, he was a heroin addict. He also was doing crack. He was clearly in over his head. What I find very sad about his story is how he spent like 5 of his last years just locked up in a big, huge condo. And he never left the place. And it looks like he had a big, huge TV mounted. And he was just playing video games and getting high. I mean, hardcore high, not wake and bake high. Not a little drinky poo high, stone baked, whatnot. So that's very sad. There are a few pictures of him out there. He looks like a skeleton while he was still alive. I also saw that his fiancée died before him. That was probably in the mid-90s or somewhere in there before. I think a lot of dirt. I think most of their music was about him being a heroin addict. It's really sad. Now, the thing is, though, Barrett, I think, was less of a junkie. I think Syd Barrett simply lost his mind. I did see that Syd Barrett was a pretty good artist during his final years. He seemed to have lived out a couple more decades, maybe 3 more decades. Syd Barrett did not die from the drugs. He lived out his life. But Pink Floyd, they acted like he was dead. They're making money off of him. They're talking him up about him, and he's right there alive. So how rude can you get? Roger Waters, I love Roger Waters and Pamela Anderson. They stuck up for Julian. But come on. I think Pam Anderson, I saw she was a homewrecker. Come on, there's nothing value. Come on, man. And Pam Anderson, I should leave her out of it. But I see Roger Waters has a wife like 30, 40 years younger than himself. What an idiot. What a frickin' poser. Now, I'll stick up for Roger Waters in regards to Pink Floyd. I think David Gilmour was completely overrated. I'm not saying Gilmour wasn't a real artist or great. He was pretty good. But I think without Barrett, they ran their course. They manipulated. They made their name off of Syd Barrett's memory while he was still alive, which is bizarre. So that's pretty much the difference. The major difference between Barrett and Layne. The main difference was Layne was a total junkie, and what's his face? Syd Barrett was just went mentally bonkers. Poor kid. And Cornell, he was also an Aspie. Now, if these guys had known they had Asperger's, I think they would have had a much different outcome. Because as soon as I figured out I had Asperger's, my life completely changed for the better. And I've seen other people make the same type of comments like, oh, wow, that explains this, that, and all the rest of it. I want to sing Angry Chair. That's what I'll add to this. I'll edit this up. It'll be about 15 minutes total, I suppose. That's that. It'll be an instant classic. Thanks for your time and consideration. Take care, everybody. This is the Tokyo Shemp News Network. The song is called Angry Chair. I'll probably have to condense it to make it fit 15 minutes, we'll say. Dun 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 dun. Sitting on an angry chair, angry walls that still the air. Stomach hurts and I don't care. What do I see across the way? Hey, see myself molded in clay. Oh, stares at me, yeah, I'm afraid. Hey, changing the shape of his face. Ah, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Down, down, down. Candles red, I have a pair. Shadows dancing everywhere. Burning on the angry chair. Little boy made a mistake. Hey, pink cloud has now turned to gray. Oh, all that I want is to play. Hey, get on your knees, time to pray. Oh, I don't mind, yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind, yeah. I don't mind. I lost my mind, yeah. I don't mind. I can't find it anywhere. I don't mind. Dun 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 dun. Corporate prison we stay. Hey, I'm a dull boy, work all day. Oh, so I'm strung out anyway. Hey, dun 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 down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Wow, wow. Down, 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 down. Dun, dun, down, 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 down. Loneliness is not a phase. Field of pain is where I graze. Serenity is far away. Saw my reflection and cried, hey. So little hope that I died. Oh, feed me your lies open wide. Hey, weight of my heart, not the size. Oh, I don't mind, yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind, yeah. I don't mind. I lost my mind, yeah. I don't mind. I can't find it anywhere. I don't mind. Dun 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 dun. Pink cloud is now turned to gray. All that I want is to play. Get on your knees, time to pray, boy. Dun 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 dun